Hey, what's up everybody? This is Chicken Possible with Rewards Hunter, back with another Xbox Game Pass weekly quest guide. So today we're going to be working on the quest for Quantum Break. This is worth 250 rewards points, and we need to get 3 headshots within the game to complete this quest. This quest expires on the 19th, so next Tuesday, so you want to get it finished up before that time. And unfortunately, this game is not available in the cloud, so you will have to actually download it in order to get it finished. If you have the option to continue your game here, you could do that, but since I've moved over to a Series S, I'm going to be starting a new game and starting it on the easy difficulty. If you are starting from a new game like I am, this will probably take you about 20 minutes overall to complete, but I've shortened the video up a little bit. I've cut out some of the loading times, and you're going to see that I'm going to be fast forwarding quite a bit through some of the long walking sections that are a little bit slow. So like I said, it will take you about 20 minutes or so to finish this up if you're starting on a new game. It's faster if you're continuing from where we left off in 2021, the last time we had this quest. But anyway, we're going to get into a time travel experiment here on this campus. So what you want to do when you start out is just walk forward. Unfortunately, you can't really sprint or control the sprinting in this first section of the game, so you'll just kind of have to move forward with your left stick and go at the pace that Jack kind of wants to move at. So we generally want to head back and to the right in this section. If you need any help finding out where to go in this game, you can press up on the D-pad and the game will make a little waypoint for you to show you where to go. We're going to go up to this door and press X to go in. You can press B to skip cutscenes, but not everything is skippable in this first section. Just if you want to try to skip some, you can hit B. But like I said, we do have some long walking sections where we're going to be following along with Paul and just kind of talking about the experiment that he's got going on and learning about the story a little bit. So he's going to take us kind of deeper and deeper into the experimental area of the physics lab, and we'll have to help him out with different parts of the experiment. And there are a lot of different little collectible things, you know, different computers that you can look at and things in his office and that sort of thing, but you don't have to do any of those. I'll show you the specific buttons that we need to press in order to get the experiment started. But basically just stick with Paul and you should be in good shape for this first section. So the next part is we want to head over to this lever, which is sort of the deepest part back into the lab that you can go, and Paul will eventually walk over here, but there's this red lever with yellow kind of all around it. So we're going to throw that lever in just a minute. We're going to press the X button, and then we're going to sort of throttle it up by using our left stick. So we're using the left stick here to activate the core, and Jack will kind of stop halfway through and check with Paul to see if everything's okay. And Paul just kind of reassures us that it is okay, so we'll go ahead and continue to move our left stick forward to turn the experiment fully on.
Are you sure it's supposed to do that? What was that?
The core replicates the effects of a
And then we're going to need to backtrack just a little bit with Paul and turn some keys simultaneously. So I'm going to fast forward through this part just a little bit while we're walking back over here, but we're going to go back into his office area, and then he's going to give us a key, and we need to stand at this little corridor activation section right here where it has 2 sort of twin panels here.
I knew Paul. He played it cool, but I could tell he was nervous.
What's happening? We're really doing this, Jack. It's gonna be amazing. Here, take this.
So he's going to sit down the key for us, and then we'll press X to pick up the key, and then we're going to have to time it correctly with Paul so that we twist the keys at the same time, or roughly the same time. And he's going to give us a countdown and say 3, 2, 1, go. So after he finishes saying 1, then you'll go ahead and twist your key with X.
We're not launching a nuke, right?
One way to find out. 3, 2, 1.
So if you did that correctly, then the experiment will turn on, and we'll need to follow Paul just a little bit more, and he's going to do a little time traveling here. So we're going to move past the experimental door there to where this big red button is and the computer that says input date. So he's going to set the date, and then we're going to have to press the button for him in just a second.
2 minutes to the past.
So there's a section here where you see that Paul has time traveled successfully, and he basically meets himself, and things are very strange in this section. But we will go ahead and press the button one more time in just a minute to send him into the future instead of into the past. And this is where we get our quantum break, our sort of break in the time continuum that happens.
Yeah, yes, of course. Wait, what are you doing? Tell the big loop, Jack. I had the vision to travel back on the machine or two. Well, here. And what if you don't? There is no what if. Here, it's already happened.
So we will eventually get to those headshots, I promise, but right now we are just progressing through the story to the point where we actually get a gun and we can start getting some headshots. So let's press the X button again, press the red button, and send Paul into the future, and we'll break time here. Our brother Will appears, and we can press B to skip his cutscene just to save a little bit of time.
I could hear Will's words.
From this position, you want to head left, and we need to help Will. It says help Will and Paul, but we can't really do anything for Paul just yet. So Will is over here to the left, so head up past all these strangely floating things that are kind of frozen in time during the middle of the blast.
This is crazy.
But head over to Will and just press X to talk to him, and that'll trigger the next section of the game. So we're going to go ahead and head to the right, and we need to check on Paul, and unfortunately we can't do anything to help him, so we're going to continue following Will through this next section. So we'll head to the right here, and Will goes through a little ladder in the floor, opening there.
I didn't want to leave Paul, but there was no way to help him. I didn't know where he'd end up.
All right, so we'll just keep on following Will through this section. And he's going to have some different spots that he kind of squeezes through. You basically just move forward with your left stick, and you'll continue to follow him as he squeezes through these different kind of back spaces of the game. And we can press B to skip any of the cutscenes that pop up. But we're going to need to follow Will just a little bit more through this next section. Right here, you want to be sure to grab the pistol. There's a pistol on the floor coming up, and we're going to need that absolutely for our headshots. So walk up to this soldier that's down, and we're going to hold down the X button to pick up the pistol, and that's the one that we're going to use for our headshots in just a couple minutes. So we got a little bit more following to do. I'm going to fast forward through this. This is kind of a longer section where we're following Will. You do have to break through a door right there, but we've got to follow him back behind this kind of back areas of the server room. So yeah, there's a big section for a couple minutes here where they're trying to be really quiet and dodge the soldiers that are looking for them. But we'll just continue moving through the server room. And we're looking for the big yellow door. That is the one that has the soldiers inside of it. So here it is. And we're just going to press X to open up the door. And then you'll want to make sure that you stay crouched behind some of these tables that are in here. There's no crouch button specifically. He just kind of does it automatically if you get up close to a surface like this. And then use your targeting reticle. You might be able to see a little dot on screen or a little crosshair. Try to get that on the soldier's head and make sure when you use your right trigger and actually take the shot that you are on the soldier's head. We are on the easy difficulty, so I don't think there's a lot of chance of you actually dying here as long as you're using your cover pretty well. But get close to the soldier so that you can be sure to get a headshot, and just make sure that you've got a clean aim on them. You can see that little white dot. I'm trying to get that onto the soldier's head, and then I just hold down the left trigger and shoot with the right trigger. So there are 3 soldiers in this section right here. So if you're able to get 3 for 3 and get 3 headshots, then you should be able to complete the quest right here in this room, and that's what happened for me. If you do miss one of them and you aren't able to get a headshot on them for whatever reason, there are a few soldiers in the next room as well. But hopefully that should work for you all, and you'll get the 250 rewards points for Quantum Break. So that's going to do it for this guide. I've got a guide out for Achievement of the Week, which I released just a couple of days ago. So if you're looking for an easy achievement for today and haven't already gotten one, then you can get one with that guide. I'm also going to have a new quest guide, of course, coming out next Tuesday, and we'll have a new unpacking guide probably coming out this weekend, most likely, because I'm going to be traveling a little bit next week, so it's going to work out better for me to go ahead and get that out most likely on Saturday or Sunday, so it might be a little bit early this week. And if you're looking for even more easy achievement guides, I do post those for members that help to support the Rewards Hunter channel as always. So if you're considering signing up for that, just click the join button here to find out more about that program and how to get those extra easy achievement guides. So I'll look forward to seeing you all in those future videos and future guides. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you found that video helpful, please be sure to click the subscribe button here on YouTube and hit the bell for notifications. You can also find some helpful links in the description if you want to stay connected. Stay tuned for more Microsoft Rewards and achievement guides, and I'll see you in the next one.